Hey everybody, Cinis here. This is a Monster Train seeded speedrun. That is an optimization of the 504 in my last Shadow Siege video. It's the same seed, just with slightly better mechanics, basically. But it is the first ever Monster Train run to break the 5-minute barrier, which I find pretty cool. So let's take a look. There aren't many major optimizations in this run. A lot of it is just smoother mechanics and card playing. Especially these early torches are pretty fast. The strat in this first fight has not changed. Simply use Monstrous Penumbra, torch out any clergyman you can so that he lives long enough to deal a single hit. Grab the Shadow Siege from the first Umbra banner, and take the second fight. The other main optimization so far, you'll see, is that I'm immediately clicking on fight rather than even bothering to take a glance at the first couple trials. That saves a surprising amount of time considering the human processing speed is fairly low from a speedrunner's perspective. They're taking like half a second to process what exactly the trial is, and after running the seed, I know that's not necessary. Here I'm going to grab Quick from the Merchant, and then in a time save I'm not going to purge Stewards, whereas I would unseated, but because I know I don't need to purge any Stewards for the Shadow Siege to still show up in this fight, I can safely refrain from doing so and then use the faster method of purging at the Vortex. Another thing that's faster is my refraining from torching out Daedalus's bomb. These are all really marginal time saves compared to a couple things in the run, which I'll get to when we go over them. Here's the first set of 2 Train Stewards, and now I don't really have to worry about them clogging up my unit list. And here comes Fight 4, and one of the first optimizations, which is simply a pre-turn 1 end turn. I just repeatedly mash it before the battle even starts, because I know none of the cards are useful at all. At least not in comparison to the giant constructs I have on the middle floor. So with that fairly simple optimization, I'm saving probably a couple seconds over the course of the run, and at this point these time saves are just pretty marginal. Fight 5, get the coins because it's not much of a time loss, and then go into the Merchant and get Multi-Strike. Again, I'm not purging here because I know a Vortex will be coming up for me to do so shortly. Same thing here, faster end turns lead to a slightly faster run. The less you can see of the brown end turn pop-up, the better, from a speedrunner's perspective. That's really the best way to judge the time spent lost to not being able to instantaneously click end turn. That's something on my wish list for speedrunning this game, is an instantaneous combat speed. Don't know why I clicked the Pyre Health there. But here's another slow spot. This Train Steward removal is obviously not as fast as I would like it. But removal is one of the most dicey parts of the run because sometimes your clicks just don't work. Here's Fell. It's the same as in the previous run. End turn twice, torch out the backliner there, and then end turn again. Just a little bit faster because I know exactly what slot to click on. Take Fell's Remorse as always, and then here's another optimization, which is that I'm skipping the Ring 7 Merchant. The Shadow Sieges are enough to kill Seraph and Nephil in one turn, without needing to worry about giving an additional multi-strike to the Shadow Siege in the back. Sorry, Shadow Siege in the front. And again, just pre-fight mashed end turn, which, by the way, I have bound to a secondary button on my mouse, so if your mouse has 4 or more buttons, I would highly recommend you do the same. It saves a ton of time, or at least makes things much more convenient. And this is still necessary, duping the final Shadow Siege. It wouldn't be necessary if the Light Wings didn't spawn. But the Light Wings does, and every Shadow Siege is going to get sapped. Which means a theoretical amount of 1,000 damage isn't actually enough to kill this particular Seraph. And voila, 455. Stop this recording early, so please do like and subscribe.